Hey everyone, I'm Steven with All Game Terrain. Today we're going to make an arid base and focus on how to use tall grass. Let's get started. So I'm using a black piece of Sintra, but you can use anything for your base. And all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to use our Game-Tac. All I'm going to do is put a bunch of glue down. And then from there we're going to spread it out kind of like putting butter on bread. So we're just going to take this and we're just going to kind of smooth it out. Then from there, we're gonna move on. We're gonna start with our stones and we're gonna use our natural stone color. And this is super easy, anybody can do it. Kind of like that. Then we're gonna move on, we're gonna use our earth base layer. And this is also a pretty easy step. You're just gonna kind of sprinkle this anywhere you want. Then we're gonna move on to our gravel, and this is our natural gravel. Kind of like that, pretty easy. Now we're ready to get into that tall grass. So this is just a quick base, just so we can get to the tall grass. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use our Game-Tac, and we're just gonna put, before we do that, we're gonna seal this whole thing down with Super Seal. And so this is gonna lock everything in place. And so this is gonna go on white, but it's gonna dry to a clear matte finish. And you can see it's a super fine mist. All right, now we're gonna move to that Game-Tac, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna put some random dots wherever we're gonna put that tall grass. And I'm gonna put like 3 of them on here. So I'm gonna put one there, maybe one right over here, and the last one right in this area. So then from there, we're gonna grab that tall grass. Now I'm gonna use the gold blend. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna take it, you're gonna grab a little bundle, grab some scissors, and you're gonna cut this off. Now you're gonna wanna save this side here so you can use it on something else. We're just gonna cut it. Then from there, we're gonna take this. So you can kind of see here, and I kind of left it where the ends weren't perfectly even. And then we're just gonna put it right down into this Game-Tac. And that Game-Tac's got a lot of body to it, and as you can tell, it holds it up as soon as we put it in there until it dries. And I like to kind of fan mine out so it looks like it's kind of naturally laying over. So then we're just gonna repeat those steps. Grab it, cut some off, then we're gonna stick it down to the Game-Tac. And then, like I said, I like to fan mine out a little bit. I like that. And then one more time, we're gonna do the same thing again. Grab it, cut it off, push it right down into that Game-Tac. Fan it out a little bit. Now, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna move on. We're gonna use some fall brambles, and we're gonna add that on there. So this stuff is great. It shows a lot of really cool details, and it's super easy. So you just pick it out, grab your Game-Tac, put some glue on the back, and then we're just gonna kind of push it down into the model here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and stick this kind of right here so you guys can see it. And it looks really good with that tall grass right next to it. And then we're gonna grab some of our easy bushes and we're gonna apply some of that. And so I'm just gonna pull some out. I'm gonna kind of select a couple pieces of this. It's kind of the same thing as the fall brambles. I'm just gonna add a little glue to the back. And I'm gonna kind of push this down on there as well. I'm gonna put it right over top of these rocks. And this is gonna kind of look like vines kind of creeping across the ground. I'm gonna add one more piece on there. And I'm gonna stick it on this front edge right up here. Like that. Last thing, we're gonna go back to that Super Seal. Gonna kind of spray this whole thing down again, just real light. And if you want to, kind of a cool trick you can do is you can actually go back to that earth soil base and you can just sprinkle just a little bit on, kind of dirty some up, and it'll also help kind of hide some of your glue if you had any glue that you didn't get covered up. And that's it. So you can see how easy it is to use tall grass to make a really cool model. Now, one thing you'll notice right now, it's kind of tall. And so what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna set this aside and I'm gonna pull this other one out that I already have. Now, as you can tell, that grass is kind of tall on there as well. So how you can cut this down if you get it too tall, just take a pair of sharp scissors and we'll cut this one right here. And all you're gonna do is gonna be kind of like cutting hair. You're just gonna kind of cut straight onto the end of it. And you can use this to shape it up. And I'll go ahead and cut this one some too. And so you can see, you can shorten it down so it fits your mini, depending on which scale that your minis are. And so it's that easy to make an arid environment and use some tall grass to add some really neat detail. So if you need any more product knowledge or how-to videos, be sure to go to allgameterrain.com. And if you would, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks so much for watching.